Hey everybody, we are on live streaming with the brand new software update that I just got, 2019.40.2.1. If you're not familiar with Tesla and how it works, well, let me speed up the AutoPilot. This is the, oh, there's me. Denise is checking out to see if I'm doing the live streaming. We are live streaming this across several different sources. Here, we're going to do the auto lane change right now, so you can check that out. It's doing this all by itself. Pretty good lane change. And look, for the first time ever, I've got my cover off my steering wheel. Usually I've had it on. I have it on all the time, which is why my car is like 120,000 miles of like no wear on it. And it's not the regular steering wheel with leather wrap. It's the non-animal product covered wheel that you had to order specially that wasn't ever even available as an option online, but it was like a secret option. That's what I have in my car. So it looks different than probably any other Tesla steering wheel you'll see. And we're just coming out of Richmond, Virginia. We are heading all the way up to Woodbridge, Virginia. So if you're in the area, you can meet me up there, because we're going to be supercharging there for a little while. And I want to test this out on the highway. I can bump it up. Probably a little bit. I try to stay within 10 miles an hour of the top limit. And we're filming law enforcement officers. And we did a live stream here on the last software update, and it did really well. I don't think we're going to hit that much traffic. You can tell on the map here from Tesla that shows the traffic. There's only a spot around Fredericksburg. It's right now. But those things change as we go. So this right now it's kind of uneventful. We're at 65. We can bump it up again. We're driving north out of Richmond, and the speed limit just keeps popping up a little bit from time to time. It's got the auto lane change. Doesn't like that I'm going. That's good, because usually the differential speed has been great. I've found it. Sometimes it lets me go 10 miles below the limit before it kicks in with the auto lane change, but it really kicked in quickly there. You can see that. I didn't have to do anything. That's good. I mean, it's getting a lot smarter. And you guys, I don't know if you know how the system works. If you're not familiar with Tesla's system, it's supposed to be like a neural network. That's what Elon Musk calls it. It's a learning system, some form of artificial intelligence. It's all cloud-based. And my car has the full self-driving optional software package. It has all the sensor suite that's needed to do level 5 self-driving as soon as the software is ready, and as soon as they upgrade my computer, because my computer is not capable of processing enough computations per second in order to do full level 5. But in the meantime, it's transmitting data back and forth. You can see there's an LPE connection there, and Tesla pays for it, and it transmits data back and forth. They use it. I'm like a guinea pig. It's a beta system. I had to sign my life away before I could turn it on. The only reason you can see all this is because that's what I did. I signed my life away. So we are just hanging in the passing lane. Now it shouldn't be doing this. If you ask me, at this point, there's nobody behind us. Yeah, but there's nobody in front of us that we're really overtaking. There's an Audi wagon there, but we're not really doing much with it. So I would think if it was me, a human would get over to the right lane now and don't, not be a jerk. But I mean, there is nobody approaching behind us, right? That's real close. But still, you're not supposed to hang out in the passing lane. They call it the passing lane for a reason. Oh, there we go. Upcoming lane change. See that? It's going to change us. There we go. Now we get right behind this Audi wagon, I think. Now we're about 3 miles an hour under the set speed currently. But that was probably a wise change, because otherwise we'd be camped out in the left lane. And you just don't want to do that. Oh, also, this system knows that there is a road approaching here from the left. There's a merge lane, and it's been smart. The last couple of iterations, it's been very smart. It's moved my vehicle out of these lanes where people are merging in to avoid just any kind of confrontation with the other traffic. It's confrontation avoidance. It didn't used to do that at all. Oh, look at this. This is going to be tight. Oh, that 18-wheeler is signaling. I'm signaling. I'm going. Alright, that could have been a problem. You saw the signal. I saw the signal on that 18-wheeler. See that? We just moved over to the left side of the lane. See that? That's a new feature, recent last couple iterations, where the system scoots you over to one side or the other. If there's a large truck or somebody that's kind of veering out of their lane, it'll do that. That's relatively new, and it seems to be hopefully getting better with each software iteration. Because that did it well. Sometimes I found inconsistent with the recent versions of it, but maybe it's getting more consistent. Let's see. So it moves me right into traffic here. I am definitely moving faster than the other cars. I don't know why I'm just going so slow. If I was a human, I'd get into the left lane now, or move one lane over. But the system is not doing that for me. It said I would do that now. Right now, I would do it because we are 5 miles an hour under set speed. See, I just scooted to the left side of the lane. You see that because of the 18-wheeler here? And you can see it in the drawing that it moved me over to that left side. It shows your position in the lane too. It just centered me right there. It just recentered the car. I like that. I like having that. It's a little unsettling if you're a passenger, but I should definitely be one lane over now. Definitely. Look at this. I'm down to 61 now. Remember, it's doing all the braking, all the steering, all the lane changing. It'll even get me off the highway too, because I've got programmed in that we're going to the Woodbridge Supercharger. Once we get there, it'll get me off. Still, if it was me, I wouldn't be hanging in this right lane. The lane on the far right is going away. It's exit only lane, but I definitely would not be hanging in this lane. If you guys aren't familiar too, driving Teslas, it knows how much electricity you have and don't have left. You can see, like right now, I've got 132 miles of range, and I'm driving 69 more miles from where I am now. When I arrive, I'll have 23% battery. It knows all that. You don't have to think of that at all. And it's a cold day. It's 58 degrees. Actually, it's kind of warm right now. But even so, anything below room temperature, the battery starts to chill. And it likes to be perfect, like 72 degrees, 75 degrees. So it'll warm up the battery as we approach the supercharger so that it's at the optimum temperature for rapid charging. There's the old environmental champion, the Prius. The sales of those cars are way down, way down. They peaked in 2012, I think. And I didn't buy one in 2012 because back in 2012, they were charging additional dealer markups on those vehicles. I had to get the Lexus CT200, which I still runs. It's got almost 200,000 miles on it. You like that car, right? You like it? No? Yes? Yeah. He's shopping? Yeah, shopping. Denise shops. I record live stream videos. Now, I definitely would be over one more lane. We're only going 68. We set for 73. I'm about to force it over because we really should be one more lane over after this Jeep. Yeah, I'm gonna make it go one more lane. It should have gone. I gotta turn it off. I turned it on. I have to turn it off. That's better. Now we're up towards that speed. So have you guys ever driven in a Tesla, used the AutoPilot? Let me know in the comments. But this is pretty much the state of the art. We just got the latest software update. So I'm doing this video. Oh, and we're up to 70 mile an hour speed limit, so I'm gonna bump us up some more. And now we're up to 77 set speed. And I just see that with the stalk. On Model S and X, there's a stalk right here. You can lift it up and down. I can also adjust the following range. There's 3 car lanes, 4 car lanes, and there's 4 car lanes. starting to get crowded in here. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get driving between Richmond and DC on 95. You just never know. Now, AutoPilot, the new versions have been doing a good job when cars are accelerating onto the highway and yielding to them. It's been doing a really good job. In the past, if you look at my videos from 2.5+ years ago when I had the system back then, I've always had AutoPilot 2 hardware because that's the only thing that can make it full self-driving eventually. But it didn't used to yield to anyone that was on the acceleration lane. It would ram those cars. I know that there's been many reported accidents from Tesla drivers who were using those software versions who weren't paying attention and just let the car ram the other car. Whoa, look at this, we come on the highway here. Look at that. Alright, they got up to speed fairly quickly. Oh, they ran off the highway again. Whoa! Left their blinker on too. There's an old, loud Honda Civic with a loud muffler. I've got one of those actually. 1992. We put almost 400,000 miles on it. The original owner, original driver. It lasted 20 years. And that's about what you can get out of a modern car, I think, about 20 years. Even, I think it was state of the art in 1992. Cars weren't lasting 20 years that were produced in 1992, I don't think. Not reliably, anyway. But that one did, for the most part, reliably. And we are way under the speed limit here. 70, except for 77, I should be in the left lane. But it missed that opportunity. Look at the line of vehicles stacking up behind me now. And that car's just hanging there. Remember, seeing some brake lights instead. No, we're still moving. Okay. Now we're up to 76. Because we're all going downhill. So if you've used AutoPilot before, let me know if you've taken any long distance trips, how far you've gone. Just curious how much time and usage you have on the system if you've been using it. And yeah, and let me know how long you've been using it in terms of overall length of use. Like I said, I've been using it for over 2.5 years. I've seen it get way better. It used to ping pong in between the white lines when I first got it. It was terrible. When I first got it, AutoPilot 1 had better functionality than AutoPilot 2 because the software was all new. Okay, there we go. It's doing the signaling all its own. That's all the car. It's a good lane change. And it's also accelerating into the lane change. Very smooth. Way smoother than it used to be. The initial lane changes were so abrupt. There's a Mad Max mode now in lane changing. You can adjust how violent it changes lanes. And Mad Max is basically what it used to be all the time. They're so imprecise and aggressive. And it would just jerk the wheel at speed when you're going and get into the throttle. So I think that may have had something to do with